Hello everyone. Well, it's quite a while since I've unboxed a new Miele vacuum cleaner, but when I saw this on eBay at a very reasonable price, in fact it was made more reasonable because I submitted a best offer to the seller who accepted it, I was quite pleased. Now, the machine was described as brand new and factory sealed, so let's hope it is. This is a Miele Complete C1 Powerline cylinder vacuum cleaner. Now, the only place I've seen this other than eBay is from Curry's stores in the UK, so I have a feeling this model is exclusive to Curry's. Now, I think they were selling it on offer at Curry's for about £170. They were claiming the normal price was something like £299, which is a bit excessive. But anyway, I got it for much, much less than even the sale price, so I'm very happy with this. Hopefully it's the bargain I expect it to be. So first thing to do, I'll just cut these straps securing the box. Now, Miele at the moment in the UK anyway have two different ranges. Well, they have several ranges, but some of them are called Powerline and some of them are called Ecoline. Now, the Ecolines are the machines with the lower wattage motors from about 700 to 900 watts. If they say Powerline on them, it means they've got higher wattage motors up to 1600 watts. At the moment, 1600 is the highest wattage permitted by the EU regulations. In a couple of years that goes down to 900. So 1600 is the maximum wattage available now for new vacuums, and this is a 1600 watt vacuum cleaner. It's also a cat and dog version, so it should have Miele's turbo brush. So let's have a look inside. Yes, it certainly looks as it should. This looks how a new Miele should look when it comes from the factory. We've got the vacuum, of course, here, and here we have the cleaning tools. Now, this is quite an old design. This is based on the design that came before the S5. The current full-sized cylinder models are the S8 series. They're called something different now, but they were called the S8. This comes before the S5. It's an older style of cleaner, which is why I think it's an exclusive, and it's why I think it's available at such a low price. Well, low price for Miele anyway. Let's have a look inside this box with the tools. It all looks fine so far. So here we have the curved handle end. You've got your suction relief valve on there. The hose looks a pretty standard length for a Miele hose. I don't think it's the longer length that Miele have with some of their cleaners. I think it's probably a 1.5 metre hose with this cleaner. This is the standard carpet and floor nozzle. Oh, that's good. Wasn't expecting that. It actually does have the metal plate. This is a what Miele call the Fiber Tech nozzle. So it's basically the nozzle that's normally fitted to their budget cleaners, the S1 series that was called the S1, I think. They're called something different now, but the entry-level compact Miele's have this, unless they're an Ecoline, and they do have a different head, but the Powerline entry models have this. I quite like this nozzle. It's still a very good quality nozzle. So as I say, it's got a metal plate. The model I had previous to this with this nozzle it was all plastic. Got a little squeegee at the back, fibre pickers either side there, and of course you've got your foot operated switch to lower the brush at the front. It's nice articulation on this, goes up and down and it swivels. It's got the parking bracket for storing or parking on the cleaner, and of course it uses Miele's click fit and button release system. So that's the first main floor head for your carpets and hard floors. But for pets, let's just take out all these bits. you have pets, you do really need, in most cases, a revolving brush to help dislodge pet hairs, and this, being a cat and dog version, does have this very good Miele turbo brush. So you've got obviously brushes that revolve at a high speed, powered by the airflow of the vacuum. You can get easy access if you need to clear the brush. You can use a large screwdriver or coin to undo these two orange screws, and then you can take this plate off and you have easier access into the brush roll. And on the top there's an adjustable vent which you can open. That's useful if you're cleaning longer pile carpets, or carpets that the brush would slow down on normally. It just keeps the brush spinning at a high speed. For regular short pile carpets you would keep that closed for maximum efficiency. So there we go, that's the Miele cat and dog full-size turbo brush. You don't get a smaller turbo brush with this, but of course you can buy it as an optional extra. Miele do two different turbo brushes, small ones, that fit their models at the moment. We have a separate little instruction book for the turbo nozzle, and here you've got your instruction book and my first ever Miele with the EU energy labelling system on it. So because it uses the most electricity, it gets a G for energy consumption, but to me that figure doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's an A or a G. It just means it's going to cost you slightly less money to use, say, a G vacuum cleaner than an A rated one. But the result, I mean the difference in energy usage is negligible. I mean, it's hardly anything. Most people are more concerned with the performance rather than how much energy they use. People didn't think, you know, when vacuum cleaners are 2,300 watts, that was what they were looking for. They were thinking, oh, it's a high wattage, it's going to pick up well. So as I said, this is 1,600 watts, which is the maximum permitted. It gets a B for emissions, which means the dust that passes through the machine and out of the exhaust vent. So a B, that's pretty high. If you have allergies, I don't think you'd have many problems with a B-rated cleaner. If you're very, very sensitive to dust, maybe look for an A-rated. It's claiming a D for carpet cleaning performance, which isn't that good. The current pneumatic Henrys get a C. Gets a D for hard floors as well, and it's 78 decibels, so it's not too noisy. Okay, we've seen the tools. Let's have a look at the vacuum itself. Pull it out of the box. Uses Miele's Fjm dust bags, this vacuum. Now I do have a model very like this that I keep in my garage for cleaning out the car and for actually cleaning the garage floor. It was a cat and dog, but it was previous. It's a slightly different red. It's a very nice red. I'm not sure what red they call it. I think they call it mango. Mango red, actually. Not sure if I can see on the box. Oh no, it's an autumn red, not mango. So it is an older design, but it's still an attractive vacuum cleaner. It doesn't look old-fashioned. It feels, as all Miele's feel, it feels like it's a good quality cleaner. Yes. It says 1400, maximum 1600 on the back. Very good quality casters. I mean, that is very smooth. If you look back at my channel, I do this with most of the cylinder vacuum cleaners I unbox, and most of them don't have such a nice quality smooth action as that. You don't just get one caster on this vacuum, you get three. So instead of some vacuums that may have two fixed wheels at the back and just the caster at the front, because we've got three swivel casters, it does mean that the machine, you can move it on the floor sideways, back to front, everything. It will move about in all directions very well. having 3 casters rather than 2 fixed wheels at the back. Okay, I'll just focus a little bit more on the vacuum cleaner itself. Wrapped around the body of the machine, the full circumference of the vacuum cleaner, we have a tough bumper strip to help protect the machine and your furniture from knocks and scratches. We've got a storage bracket at the side here. I'll show you how that works in a moment. And you've also got a parking bracket at the back of the machine. Also at the back we've got the flex. Just pull that out. Again, everything screams quality about this vacuum cleaner. The flex, it feels a good quality flex. And hopefully the flex rewind will work well, but I'll show you that at the end because I'm going to plug this in. We'll see how quiet or how noisy it is. These are the controls at the back. Again, because it's an older machine, they are a little bit older in styling, but they do the same. Apart from the newer models have what Miele call the comfort cord rewind, which means you just press the cord rewind button once and it rewinds the cord. With this model you have to keep your hand or foot on the cord pedal while it rewinds. In the middle here we've got your suction control. A little bit stiff, but it should loosen up. So you can have maximum power for your hard floors, that's a full 1600 watts. Slightly lower power for your carpets and rugs. The setting with a little ear on it is the silent setting, so it gives you low power, lower power, and a low noise level for general cleaning. Then that is for your lightweight rugs. Then your upholstery, and minimum for your delicate items such as your curtains. This is the bag check indicator. That will progressively turn orange as the bag fills. It will also fluctuate as you're using the vacuum, and if you have a blockage in either the hose or one of the cleaning tools, it will turn completely orange. The note of the motor will go a slightly higher pitch and you'll know you have a blockage. I wouldn't take much notice of the bag check indicators on vacuum cleaners. It's always best to physically check the bag from time to time. Don't always rely on this. It's a rough guide, but it's not the most accurate way of telling how full a bag is. If you press on the little button below the bag check indicator, that releases the tool storage flap, and now we have access to the 3 onboard cleaning tools. This is your furniture nozzle, ideal for your car seats, your sofas, your curtains, your stairs. It's got litter pickers either side of the suction inlet to help deal with dog hair and etc. One thing you can't do with this machine, you can't access the small crevice tool without taking this nozzle off. They've sort of crammed them in a bit. So in order to use the crevice tool you do need to take this nozzle out first, and then we can see we've got quite a short crevice tool. It's okay for doing down the sides of your chairs and things, but it doesn't give you much reach. If you want an extra long crevice tool, you can buy them, of course, from Miele. They do an optional accessory, a much longer tool than this. If you need to get in between your appliances in your kitchen or in between your car seats, there is that option for you, but this is the one that Miele supply. And finally, the other onboard accessory is Miele's most basic dusting brush with synthetic brushes. They're softish, but not too soft. I wouldn't use them on anything too delicate, but they're okay for dusting your shelving, your tops of your kitchen units, your pelmets, tops of ceiling fans if you've got them. And it's got an adjustable angle, so you can adjust it at various different angles if you need to reach up higher, say to get cobwebs. But it won't store in the machine unless you have it like that. You need to have it in that position. And then you can pop it back in. So that is your 3 onboard cleaning tools stored neatly inside. Now let's have a look at the bag. This is Miele's Fjm Bag. It'll be a bit hard to pull out, I think. That's it. Fjm are identified by a red collar, and also the bag support part here is also red, so it's easy enough to tally up which bags you need. Now it looks to me like this is the old style Fjm. Miele have introduced some new bags specially designed for lower wattage vacuum cleaners that are supposed to give more capacity and better performance, but you just get one supplied with this, and it's the Fjm type bag. This is the filter. Now, without looking at the instructions, now this is actually, I think that needs removing. This is what Miele call the time strip filter, so it's the latest filter. It will actually show you in approximately a year, depending on how often you use the machine, it will indicate when you need to replace this. This is the Active Air Clean 30 filter. I assume I have to remove that to activate the filter. I'll do that later. So as you can hear, it shakes because it's got little pieces of charcoal. They're designed to absorb odours from the bag, so if you do have pets, you know that your vacuum can smell after a while with the debris in the bag. So this is supposed to prevent the odours from exiting the machine. And that fits in there and clicks into place. Also behind the bag, in the bag compartment, there's another filter, a motor protection filter, just here. I believe they come with a packet of bags. If you buy the genuine Miele bags, you do normally get a motor protection filter included. So every time you need to buy a new box of bags, pop a new filter in. You'll notice that the bags self-seal as well. This little flap closes over the bag entrance when you open the bag door. Doesn't always work efficiently when the bag's fuller. It doesn't always close fully, but it still helps prevent a lot of the dust from getting out. So there we go, that's the bag. One thing I neglected to show you when I was unboxing the machine is the telescopic extension tube. Again, it's very well made, it just oozes quality. You have a button here to extend the height of the tube, so you compact it for storage, and you can extend it to whatever position you want depending on how tall you are, and until you find the most comfortable position for you. This is the hose inlet. The hose just simply pushes in until it clicks, and as you can see it swivels 360 degrees, so it shouldn't tangle up. If you need to remove the hose, you just squeeze the two release levers either side and pull the hose free. You can connect any of the tools directly to the handle itself, but for carpet and floor cleaning you do need to attach the extension tube first. Everything fits together with a secure click and will not release until you press the button and release it. It's a little bit stiff at the moment because it's brand new. With use that will loosen up. And onto the end of the extension tube we can either fit the regular carpet and floor nozzle, and I would suggest using this for hard floors in the hard floor setting, but for delicate rugs that you don't want a brushing action on, you can use that as well. And again, that releases at the push of a button. But for general carpet cleaning, even if you don't have pets, it does give you a nice groomed appearance, and it picks up easier than a standard nozzle. It's also easier to push as well. That clicks in securely as well, like that. So far I'm really pleased with this eBay bargain. It's certainly brand new and unused. I haven't switched it on yet, so as long as it works I'll be very happy with this Miele Complete C1 Cat and Dog Powerline. I'm going to switch it on just to judge the noise level and the suction, but I'm going to start it off on the minimum setting. Nothing wrong with the suction of that vacuum cleaner. In fact, I think maximum will probably be too powerful for most tasks. Maybe just using the turbo nozzle, I'll put it on maximum. Speaking of the turbo nozzle, sounds nice and quiet, as most Miele cleaners are. The turbo nozzle of course does add to the noise level. I'm just going to start it on maximum straight off. As you can see, those brushes rotate very fast. You also notice it's got a soft start feature, so even when I turn the machine on and it's set to maximum, it starts off slowly and then ramps up to full power. This is just a little thing to protect the motor. If you need to pause your vacuuming for any reason, we've got this parking slot on the back of the machine, so you can just pop the nozzle in there and then lift it off to continue with your cleaning. So you can do that with the turbo nozzle, but if you've also got the Fibertech nozzle fitted, you can also do it with that nozzle as well. There's also a little storage bracket on the side of the machine, so you can slide whichever nozzle you've got attached to the end into there. This secures the tube and nozzle onto the side of the machine, so it makes it a bit more compact for storage. It also means you can carry it up the stairs with one hand because the machine is holding everything together, so that's a handy little feature. You'll find that on most Miele suction cleaners. Before I end this unboxing video, I'm just going to have a quick go with this new Miele cat and dog, just to see how easy it is to push. Can't judge it for performance yet because I've not put any dirt down, but it's certainly pleasant to use, comfortable to use. Just see how well this Fibertech nozzle glides over the carpet. It might be difficult on full power. Certainly harder to push than the turbo nozzle, but you can certainly feel there's some oomph about it. There's plenty of suction at the floor head, but as I say, the turbo nozzle is a lot easier to push. But we'll see which nozzle performs better, because in my full demonstration I'll be testing both the cat and dog nozzle, the turbo nozzle, and the regular nozzle, so we'll see what the difference is in performance. I'm assuming the cat and dog nozzle will perform better, but until I do my full testing, we won't know. Just before I go, let's test how effective the automatic flex rewind is on this Miele. Excellent, no problems there. That concludes the unboxing and first look of this Miele Complete C1 Powerline cat and dog vacuum cleaner. If you want to see the full review and demonstration, please subscribe to my channel and you'll be updated every time I upload a new floor care video, which in a couple of weeks from now will include a full test on this Miele cylinder vacuum. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.